WBC 2 concerning the Showtime Super Tournament that's coming up, and on the Froch Dirrell fight. So without any further ado, I checked out what the guy was saying about Dirrell and about Froch, and I checked him out, I listened, and there was a few things I just wanted to put out there about this fight, so there won't be just a one view, or one way way of looking at this fight and the way it could go. The guy mentioned about Dirrell first. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Dirrell. Youngest of all of the fighters. You could say that, but then that doesn't necessarily mean he won't beat Froch, because Mike Tyson still holds the world record for being the youngest heavyweight there ever was. So, and these guys that was there before him been there and fighting for years. So I disagree with you on that, because he could come in and stump Froch. Youngest doesn't have anything to do with it. There's a lot of young fighters coming out whooping the older fighters. So let's go on. He said no championship rounds. Well, I mean, you watch him on TV, right? Now, maybe you should have just said no stamina instead of no championship rounds, because obviously, if you watch him on TV, then he's had championship rounds. I mean, any fighter that gets in the ring has championship rounds. I mean, that you see on Showtime. That's why do you think they call it championship boxing? New champions. I mean, anyway, but to get to the technical stuff, no championship rounds. You said what it means is the guy has no stamina. Okay. Well, as I can recall, Froch was just as tired as Taylor. I mean, if Taylor would have lasted a little longer, he would have beat Froch. What do you say about that? So Froch is not anything impressive. I mean, and in my opinion, and everybody who subscribe to my channel and know me know that I'm not a Kazagi fan. I mean, he's okay as far as I'm concerned, but I mean, he's okay. It's just it. But I will say this: Froch would not have beat Kazagi. So let the truth be told. I mean, the guy would have just threw so many punches at the guy, and then what would his stamina be? He would have been just as tired, and he would have got whooped in the fight with Kazagi. So, but that's another discussion. It says low hands. Okay, well, if you're going to use that, then look at all the fighters who put their hands down, who are professionals, but yet they don't get hit. So if this guy can put his hands down and still have an undefeated record, he's not doing too bad. Okay, now I'm not saying that that's good to put your hands down in the fight, but fighters even David Hayes says, yeah, it's okay, because they question him about him putting his hands down, and he says, if you're quick enough to do it, if you understand what you're doing in the ring, then it's not a problem. Of course it isn't. They train for it. I mean, what are you talking about? Put his hands down. Look, sometimes you just need to leave the boxing to the boxers. Okay. You go on. You say no knockouts. That does not mean that he won't get any. That's not a quality argument to say the reason why Froch would beat him. You go on, you say, out of all the bad things you say, you happen to say one good thing about the black fighter. You happen to say, and I'll put it in perspective for you. What you meant was counterpuncher, because you say he make you miss, and all of a sudden he hits you with he makes you pay. Counterpuncher. That's what Floyd Mayweather does. That's what Marquez does. Counterpuncher. You know, the other thing you say, you go on to say he's better puncher than Ward. You must understand. Already I see you just jumping out there talking. Ward is a technical fighter. Those are two different type of fighters already. Styles make fights. Dirrell and Ward are two different type of fighters. Ward is a technical fighter. Dirrell is not so technical with his style, but he's getting to be an all-around fighter. But I think he's enough all-around fighter to beat Froch. You say, and you say Froch will put him down in round 10. I don't think Froch would make it to round 10. And if he does, I think Dirrell would be standing right there with him. You hype up, and you downgrade everything about this black guy, and you hype up everything about this white guy, Froch. Okay, so let's move on to Froch. This is what you said about him, and I know I said it's gonna be a short video, but anyway, I know y'all love me. I love y'all too. Okay, you go on to say about Froch. You say he's a great fighter. You can see a great fighter in him. Okay, you can see a great fighter in this guy. Okay, I don't knock you for that. I'll give you that one. Okay. You say he's 32 years old. Everybody on the internet is going around saying how fighters in their 30s are getting old, and yet you say, and this guy's 8 years away from 40, and now you're saying, and you're displaying it as if he's the fountain of youth, and he's such a great fighter already. Okay, but that 32 is supposed to be a positive thing. Only 25. He only have 25 fights, but yet he's undefeated. Okay. So is Dirrell. He said he's have a great chin and he never has tasted the canvas. You lied on that. Okay. Jermaine Taylor knocked him out the 3rd round. Come on, man. I mean, see, you hyping up the fighter about how great he is, and about you didn't say he. Okay, I'm gonna just go on. Okay, you already counted out Jermaine Taylor, the black fighter. Quite naturally, you're gonna do that. And you go on to say, does the guy Dirrell shouldn't have chose Froch. He should have went with Taylor or Ward. No, Dirrell should not have went with Taylor or Ward. He chose the correct fight because he will win this fight. The truth will speak for itself. Froch obviously couldn't handle Taylor's power, and Ward, come on, man, that's a technical fighter. That he needs time to figure Ward out if he's going to fight Ward. Jermaine Taylor is a straight come forward fighter. It'll be a nice fight, but not better. And so this is just my analysis on it, man. You can say what you want to. It doesn't make any difference. The truth is going to defend itself. Dirrell have the makings of a wonderful prospect and champion. Froch will not win, and he will not win this tournament. But that's how most white people do. They hype up the white fighters and downplay the black ones. Peace.